Regulations in the pharmaceutical industry ensure patient safety, quality, and efficacy of drugs. They enhance market trust, promote transparency, and encourage innovation. They also prevent drug misuse and mandate post-marketing surveillance, thereby protecting public health and maintaining high standards in medicine production and distribution. A regulation is a binding legislative act. It must be applied in its entirety across all relevant entities. For example, 21 CFR Part 210 and 211 and Drugs and Cosmetics Act 1940 and Rules 1945. Regulations are enforced by a regulatory body and non-compliance can result in legal consequences. However, a regulatory guideline is not legally binding and is meant to help organizations understand and achieve compliance with the regulations. The guideline outlines recommended best practices, providing advice and direction to meet regulatory requirements. For example, ICH guidelines, PICS guidelines, etc. In this video, we will provide a brief overview of key pharma regulations, regulatory authorities and guidelines. In the US, the Food and Drug Administration, FDA, governs the regulation relevant to food, drugs, medical devices, radiopharmaceuticals, biological products, cosmetics and good manufacturing practices, GMP. Key pharmaceutical regulations include the Food, Drugs and Cosmetics Act, Drug Price Control Act also known as Hatch-Waxman Act, and the Medical Device Amendments 1976. GMP is anchored by the CGMP, stipulated in the 21 CFR, ensuring product quality consistency. For medical devices, the Quality System Regulation sets similar standards. Biologics, like vaccines and gene therapies, fall under the Public Health Service Act. To foster innovation, the Orphan Drug Act incentivizes drug development for rare conditions, and the PRA and BPCA ensure pediatric drug testing is relevant to children's experiences. Lastly, MedWatch, an FDA-run system, facilitates reporting of adverse events related to drugs and devices. The regulatory landscape in these sectors is intricate, with specialized teams often overseeing compliance. 21 CFR Part 210 sets the overall tone, emphasizing the need for CGMP in various aspects of drug production, from its manufacturing to its holding. 21 CFR Part 211 delves into the specifics. Each subpart, from A to K, touches on critical aspects of drug production, from how personnel should be trained and the facilities maintained, to how equipment should be designed and cleaned, how components and final products should be controlled and tested, the meticulous documentation required, and even how returned or salvaged drug products should be handled. In the EU, pharmaceuticals and medical devices are regulated primarily through directives and regulations such as Regulation (EC) No. 726/2004, which centralizes medicinal product authorization and establishes the European Medical Agency (EMA). The Medical Devices Regulation (MDR) EU 2017/745 and In Vitro Diagnostic Medical Devices Regulation IVDR EU 2017/746 are newer frameworks for device categorization and safety. GMPs are outlined in Directive 2003/94, EC and Udrelex's Volume 4. Biologics, like gene therapies, fall under the Advanced Therapy Medicinal Products (ATMP) regulation. Pharmacovigilance directives oversee post-marketing surveillance, while other regulations, such as the Falsified Medicines Directive, combat counterfeit medicines. In United Kingdom, the Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency (MHRA) enforces the Human Medicines Regulations 2012, the Veterinary Medicines Regulations 2013, and Medical Devices Regulations 2002, ensuring the safety and effectiveness of healthcare products. In Japan, the Pharmaceuticals and Medical Devices Agency (PMDA) is responsible for conducting reviews of new drugs and medical devices, overseeing post-marketing safety, and providing relief services for adverse health effects under Japan's Pharmaceutical and Medical Device Act. In China, the National Medical Products Administration (NMPA) is responsible for enforcing the Drug Administration Law of the People's Republic of China, controlling drug distribution, and ensuring drug quality. In India, the Central Drug Standard Control Organization (CDSCO) enforces the Drugs and Cosmetics Act 1940 and Rules 1945, overseeing the quality of drugs and cosmetics, approval of new drugs, and regulation of clinical trials. In Canada, Health Canada, through the Therapeutic Products Directorate, TPD, enforces the Food and Drugs Act and regulations, regulating the marketing and manufacturing of drugs and health products to ensure their safety, efficacy, and quality. In Australia, the Therapeutic Goods Administration, TGA, enforces the Therapeutic Goods Act 1989, ensuring the safety and efficacy of therapeutic goods that are imported into, supplied in, or exported from Australia. In Brazil, the National Health Surveillance Agency, ANVISA, enforces Law No. 9782, which defines the sanitary control of the production and marketing of products and services subject to sanitary surveillance, including pharmaceuticals. In South Africa, the South African Health Products Regulatory Authority, SAHPRA, enforces the Medicines and Related Substances Act 1965, overseeing the regulation of health products, clinical trials, and the marketing of medicines. The regulations vary across countries, with each nation setting its specific requirements to ensure drug safety, efficacy, and quality. While there are commonalities, differences in local guidelines necessitate to tailor compliance strategies according to the jurisdiction. Till now we discussed key pharmaceutical regulations and the regulatory authorities. Now we will learn about the key regulatory guidelines. The International Council for Harmonization, IC, provides global pharmaceutical guidelines to ensure quality, safety, and efficacy in drug development and registration. Categories include quality, Q, safety, S, efficacy, A, and multidisciplinary, M. These globally recognized guidelines aim to minimize redundant testing and streamline the drug approval process. Quality guidelines, Q1 to Q14, covers Q1 stability testing, Q2 analytical validation, Q3 impurities, Q4 pharmacopoeias, Q5 biotechnological products, Q6 specifications, Q7 good manufacturing practices, Q8 pharmaceutical development, Q9 quality risk management, Q10 pharmaceutical quality system, Q11 drug substance development, Q12 life cycle management, Q13 continuous manufacturing, and Q14 analytical procedure development. Safety guidelines, S1 to S12, address preclinical safety, promoting a unified global standard. S1 to S4 tackle protocols for carcinogenic potential, genotoxicity, toxicokinetics and pharmacokinetics, and chronic toxicity duration. S5 focuses on reproductive toxicology, while S6 evaluates biotechnology-derived pharmaceutical safety. S7 prescribed safety pharmacology standards, S8 covers immunotoxicology, and S9 targets anti-cancer pharmaceuticals non-clinical evaluations. S10 discusses photosafety, S11 covers non-clinical pediatric safety, and S12 concerns gene therapy products non-clinical biodistribution. Efficacy guidelines, E1 to E21, outline standards for clinical trials and drug evaluations. These include recommendations for clinical safety reporting, E1 E2F, clinical study report structure, E3, dose response information, E4, factors like ethnicity and age in clinical data, E5, E7, E11, E11A, clinical trial principles, E6, E8 E10, E17, statistical methodologies, E9, QT, QTC interval evaluation, E14, and genomic considerations, E15 E16. There are 5 more guidelines and they address study design, conduct, analysis, reporting, and the relevance of factors like age and ethnicity. Multidisciplinary guidelines streamline pharmaceutical regulation. M1 standardizes medical terminology, while M2, M8, and M6 focus on electronic regulatory submissions. M3 to M5 and M7 to M11 address non-clinical safety, documentation, drug dictionaries, impurities, bioavailability, method validation, and clinical study protocols, ensuring unified and efficient approaches to drug development and approval. The World Health Organization, WHO, issues technical reports providing guidance on pharmaceuticals. These reports cover good manufacturing practices, GMP, ensuring consistent quality control, specifications for pharmaceuticals, pharmacopoeial standards, safety and efficacy guidelines, regulatory control, good distribution practices, GDP, and good laboratory practices, GLP. They also include guidelines specific to biotherapeutics, vaccines, blood products, and traditional medicines. serving as vital resources for regulatory authorities, manufacturers, and other stakeholders. These reports foster global standards for the quality, safety, and efficacy of medicines and related health products, contributing to public health protection and assurance. The Pharmaceutical Inspection County Operation Scheme, PICS, aims to harmonize good manufacturing practice, GMP, standards globally. With 54 global authorities, it assures pharmaceutical quality through mutual standards. Its core document, the PICS GMP Guide, aligns with EU GMP. A notable feature is the mutual recognition of inspection reports, reducing duplicate inspections. Regular training ensures consistent methodologies. Members undergo periodic peer evaluations, ensuring GMP adherence. While fostering worldwide consistency, each member retains decision autonomy. PICS evolves with industry innovations and best practices. The Parenteral Drug Association, PDA, offers science, technology, and regulatory guidance for the pharmaceutical and biopharmaceutical sectors. Key PDA guidelines cover sterilization, aseptic processing, quality and regulatory affairs, packaging, distribution, laboratory practices, drug delivery devices, biotechnology production, and supply chain management. Additionally, PDA focuses on professional training and education. Their guidelines and technical reports are updated regularly to align with evolving industry practices, scientific advancements, and regulatory demands. Serving as a vital resource, PDA ensures that professionals maintain the highest standards in pharmaceutical production, quality, and distribution of sterile dosage forms. The International Society for Pharmaceutical Engineering, ISPE, serves professionals in pharmaceutical engineering and manufacturing globally. Key guidelines include the Good Automated Manufacturing Practice, GAMP, Guide for Computerized System Validation. Baseline guides ensure adherence to CGMP for new and updated facilities. Good practice guides focus on specific areas like aseptic processing. ISPE emphasizes a process, product life cycle approach and prioritizes areas such as quality metrics, water systems, contamination control, and facility design. Through its guidelines, trainings, and collaborations, ISPE promotes quality and compliance in pharmaceutical engineering. ISO standards offer guidance for quality, safety, and procedures across industries. ISO 9001 and 13485 focus on general and medical device quality, respectively. ISO 14644 defines cleanroom standards, while 14971 and 31000 provide risk management for medical devices in general contexts. ISO 17025, 19011, 22000, 45001, and 15189 address laboratory competence, auditing, food safety, occupational health, and medical laboratory quality, respectively. The Active Pharmaceutical Ingredients Committee, APIC, is a leading industry association, advocating for quality, safety, and compliance in API production. Representing diverse API manufacturers, APIC concentrates on global quality, good manufacturing practice, and regulatory affairs relating to active pharmaceutical ingredients and intermediates. APIC has achieved worldwide reputation through guideline development, advocacy, and promoting best practices in API manufacturing, significantly impacting the pharmaceutical industry's capability to supply safe, effective medicines. Its guidelines, including the risk-based guide for managing data integrity in the APIC audit program, establish rigorous standards, ensuring the delivery of high-quality medicinal products to patients. Thank you for tuning into our video on the pharmaceutical regulations, regulatory authorities, and guidelines. Don't forget to like and follow to stay updated on our latest videos on regulations and regulatory guidelines. We appreciate your engagement and look forward to bringing you more valuable insights. Until next time.